Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming. I'm bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Rubber Bandits. This game is developed and published by Flashbulb Games and released on December 2nd, 2021 for a price of $19.99. It's also available via Xbox Game Pass, so if you do have Xbox Game Pass, you can play this game for free. And I would highly encourage you checking it out. It's a party game that's built around the premise of you're one of four robbers, either in co-op style mode where you're going through like an endless wave of all the levels, trying to steal goods and keep the AI from stopping you, or just a free-for-all party mechanic system where you're trying to be the first player to score 21 points, or if you play the brawl mode, which definitely is not as fun as the heisting mode. I think it's the first to three kind of wins where it's just a beat 'em up to the death. The way the game works is it's very ragdoll-y. You jump around, you're this little flailing dude, and you're trying to collect different loot and money and goods across levels as you play until, like I said, you're the first player to hit 21 points. I'm going to try to queue into an online game if I can here. If not, we'll load into the AI just while I talk about the game. The controls are pretty straightforward. You pick up, attack, throw, can give money if you don't want people to attack you. And things like that, and you just kind of use your analog stick to move around. You're pretty much just going to be walking, picking up objects, breaking things, jumping on and off boxes, and trying to get from one point of a stage to the other. All the levels in the game are kind of confined into one, one part of your screen, so you're not going to have anything that is really going to prevent you from, seeing everything in the game all at once. It's pretty straightforward with what's presented. Because things aren't quite working here, I'm going to load us into arcade mode just so you can kind of see what the game is about. This mode is just an endless wave until you play on every level, collecting all 10 of the loot before the AI ultimately takes you out. As you can see, you got the little AI cops up there, and you just have to grab loot and get to the end of the level. You need to figure it out. Most of the levels have dynamic interactions that really vary on how they function and play. You can attack and beat up the little prison guard guys, and that'll just kind of adjust your experience. If you do want to see some gameplay of that style format for this game, I do have some footage that'll be uploaded on the channel of some actual multiplayer sessions that do work. But you pretty much just grab the loot. You will need to get all of the money. As you can see here, I left some behind. Um, to ultimately get good scores. But once once the doors open, you're gonna get chances to be hit 3 times to take out all the guards, and then if the guards do stop you, that will end your progression. So you have to make sure that you're constantly, working toward those points and not killing yourself like you can see I'm doing here. But ultimately, if the cops do catch you, that's going to end your run, and that will end this progression. You have to get through every single level of this game, so it can be quite a bit of an experience. As far as achievement-wise for the game, though, there is nothing in this game that is going to be overly impossible to do, because you can do just about every achievement by yourself with some extra controllers. So even the most minute achievements are not going to be difficult for you at all. As far as the real difficulty in this game, I wouldn't say there is too much difficulty by any means. Like I said, you're just going to be running around, collecting loot and grabbing things. I think this is a great party game, especially if you can sync up with, you and a few friends, because there's just a lot of, fun and enjoyment that you can really experience in this game. Just with the insane randomness and silliness that is presented. I think the heist mode, when it's just you and 3 random players, or even you and 3 of your friends, and just the chaotic craziness of go get them, and like little mind games that you can play, and you could team up and betray your friends one time and then not betray them the other time. It definitely makes for a really fun and engaging experience while you're playing through the game. As for the arcade mode, you just got to get through all the levels. That's going to be the longest achievement that you really have to work for. One thing that I do enjoy is like you can do a lot of different things. So as you can see here, I can throw these items to knock out these base level guards just to get them out of my way, and that's just kind of a funny little ragdoll effect. None of them are going to be too overly impossible or hard for you to deal with. You just have to really just spend time playing. When you winning this kind of like solo mode, it's ultimately just beat the guards up, don't let them take all your lives. If they do, you're just going to have to rinse and repeat. So make sure you're picking up some items and weapons to kind of attack them, and they'll be pretty easy as far as pushovers. Now the game does feature some cosmetic customizations and microtransactions. Nothing that you need, like in the stance of like a pay-to-win mechanic. It's done through this bandit shop. As you play and collect money, as you can see, I've collected a total of $278 across my playthrough. You can then cash in that money to, buy little costumed guys and switch the way you look. Personally, I think the bandit's kind of funny, but I haven't really. I'm not too big of a person when it comes to buying like cosmetics in games, but if you do want to drop some actual hard cash, you can buy these shiny little flash weird, kooky gold people to kind of stand out from the crowd and brag with your friends. As far as any usability stuff for the game, you can't really customize controls. You can use like the Xbox control customization features if you want to. There is a leaderboard, so you can kind of see how you stack up against your friends in the other community. We'll see if it'll load here, and you can see kind of where you stand. So I'm better than 1%. I don't know really what that means, but I'm ranked 36,626, so there's obviously a lot of people playing this game. It just looks like at the time of me recording this review, it's a little clinky to get into the stuff. If you do want to experience and get some practice with different weapons, as you can see, this game has a ton of different weapons. We'll just kind of walk through here from machine guns to shotguns to swords and body armor and hand grenades and everything in between, down to crowbars and just clubs and pickaxes. Like, there's so many things you can do to attack your friends with. It's pretty cool. I personally like this little like Mario-esque star power that I'm invincible, bring it on. And something I really do enjoy about the game is just about everything is destructible in the game. Like, you can break down pylons, ruin all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty fun. All the way down to getting a lightsaber just to try to steal $10. You know, might be a little overkill, but that's kind of each their own in those standpoints. But yeah, as far as what I think of Rubber Bandits, I think this game is a ton of fun. I think it's a perfect party game for up to 4 people, either locally, online, couch co-op, really whatever you really feel like. If you've got enough controllers to do it locally and enough people, it's definitely worth a playthrough. And if you have Xbox Game Pass, like, there's no reason for me to not to say like buy it, because you get the game for free. So it's absolutely a ton of fun and a blast. And if you don't have Xbox Game Pass, I honestly think this game is worth $20. The party experience alone is a ton of fun, and especially if you can get you and some friends, or using the looking for group feature on Xbox Live to find people to play with. Achievements are nothing too impossible. I still have just a couple here I need to wrap up on my own time. But for the most part, they're extremely simple and easy to knock out. You just gotta really just play into the grind. But yeah, as far as any other thoughts on the game, like I said, this game's a ton of fun. I think it's amazing and definitely worth picking up and downloading if you've had a chance to play Rubber Bandits. Definitely let me know what you think of the game. If you share the same opinions and think it's worth, spending your time into as much as I do, I'd love to hear that. If you have any other questions about the game, let me know down in the comments. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you guys next time.